Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of the Confusion. It's the very last retro revival show of 2018. So I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas, and we are finally getting to the end of Monkey Island 2. So, yeah, it's taken me a month, but you know what? I'm here and ready to go. So let's kick off with part 4. And just wait for Guybrush to revive himself there. Here we go. Right, so let's start off with picking up the bottle in the ocean, and we'll pick up the crowbar as well. Some of these things are quite hard to see, by the way. And then pick up the martini glass. Right, so what you want to do now is you want to use the martini glass with the ocean, then use that with the distillery. Of the fact the parrot's talking to himself is brilliant. Okay. Now use the crowbar on this barrel at the back here, and you'll find a cracker, which we will be using a little later. Now you can exit this scene here, going to the left, and disappear into the jungle. Now you need to be paying a bit of attention here. What you want to do now is you want to be walking to the left as you come through here. Right, so head left. And you need to follow this road round until you... So it should be just this screen here. So carry on this up this road, and you should get to where we need to be. Which is... right here. So what you want to do is use the bottle on the tree, which will get Guybrush to smash the bottle. Like so, and then use the broken bottle with the bag that you can see hanging up in the tree. Now pick up the box that has just dropped out of the bag, and we'll sort that out a little later. Right, so with that done, we need to find the next location. So from here, you want to walk out to the right and follow this path again. There's no sound on this part of the game. It's really weird. After all the glorious music and stuff we've had before. So you want to continue going as right as you can until we reach, I think it's a small pond we're looking for next. Here we are. So first of all, we need to pick up the rope that's on the box there. And then you want to use the crowbar on the box. And then pick up the dynamite that's inside. Simples. Now you need to try and find your way back to the beach. Now this can be done pretty much by, well, it's random. So any pathway should take you back to the beach eventually anyway. So just keep going until you get there. So yes, I hope you guys have had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you're all geared up for the new year ahead of you. And yeah, I can't believe this is the last retro revival show of 2018, and video number 299. So that means that the very first video of 2019 will be my 300th video. By the way, you don't have to worry about that call box there. It's just a nice little Easter egg. If you want to call it, you go ahead. Won't cost you anything, obviously, but I'll leave that for you to investigate. So now we're back at the beach. What you need to do is you need to give the parrot the cracker that you've got in your inventory there. So give that to the bird. Now he'll tell you basically where to go next. So head due east from the pond to the dinosaur. It will make sense, I promise. So off we go. Back into the jungle again. The best way of doing this is to try and get back to the pond area that you were in before, where you got the dynamite out of the box. That's where you really want to be going. So we'll head right from here. It should take us to where we need to go. Ah, smack on. Right, so we need to head east. So take the middle path there, and that should take us to another screen. You need to just keep going until we reach the dinosaur. So head east again from that location there. This was a right pig in the day, by the way. If you can, there's the dinosaur. You see, very clever. Oh yes, use the box of crackers with the distilled water, by the way, and it will give you a couple more crackers. Now, well, you know you're in the right location for this, by the way, because the bird will be waiting for you, or will fly onto the screen shortly after you reach the location. So you want to feed him again, and he'll tell you where to go next. So now we need to head north until we find a pile of rocks. So it's fairly self-explanatory. So off we go again. Always head north. Normally it's only a couple of screens, and it tells you, and it actually puts you in the right location. So don't worry too much. Just listen to what the parrot says. There's the pile of rocks, and here comes the parrot. So we know we're on the right location again. So give the parrot the last cracker there. And here we go, last clue. So now we need to go east from here. Sorry this has taken me so long, by the way. But I'm glad I've actually got around to doing this today. It's good fun. So what you want to do now is you need to find the shovel in your inventory and use it on the big X. Once you get to this part here and you've hit concrete, you need to find the matches in your inventory and use it with the dynamite. So find the dynamite in your inventory and light it. And now use the dynamite on the hole. I just like how pretty this game is. It's artwork and it's great. And here comes Elaine. I think she's been alerted by our big boom. Now this part isn't as long. It's certainly longer than part 3. So what you want to do now, you use the rope. With the crowbar. And you can see what I'm going to do with this now. Basically, use that with the metal rods that you can see hanging off there. And there we go. Brilliant. So now this is a very familiar scene, if you remember the very start of Monkey Island 2, it's pretty much where we are now. So Elaine should be making an appearance in a second. I like the way it's all come full circle as well. It's quite clever the way they've done this. And there you go. So now we're right back at the start. And here we go. Oh dear, that's all she's got to say. Now, this next bit is a little bit of luck, really, because you're going to be in pitch black. So, highlight your use button. Now you've got to kind of feel your way around the room, so to speak, until you find the light switch. That's why I've highlighted use already. And a smashed up treasure chest. So, until you find the light switch, which is kind of... It's in different... seems to be in different places. I seem to remember it being in a different location last time. But, we'll find it. We'll find it. Sometimes it's best just to sort of just sweep the room, so to speak. You'll see what I'm doing now. That's kind of what I mean. And then when your mouse hits the light switch, you'll find it. Not on that level. Up we go. God, blimey. It'll be here somewhere. You see what I mean by sweeping the level? There we are. So use the light switch, and ba-ba, it's LeChuck. Right, so this is fairly simple now. Wait for him to do his thing. This is a little bit of conversation here. Not anything that you need to worry about. Any of the responses is fine, so don't worry too much about that. I'm really pleased to be bringing this one to you before the end of the year, which is quite nice. I've got a whole slew of games ready for you for 2019. And if you've got any requests, you know what to do. Leave me a comment and I will add it to my list of things to do. I've got quite a comprehensive list of things, so don't worry. If yours doesn't get done immediately, it will get done eventually. I always liked hearing what you guys have been playing in the past, and some games I've played before and some games I haven't, so sometimes it's nice just to play a game I've never played before. So yes, please leave me your comments and suggestions, and if you've ever played Monkey Island 2, or even how did you get on without a guide back in the day, because obviously the internet didn't exist back then. We had to rely on magazine walkthroughs. Did anyone have a magazine walkthrough for this, or did you actually solve the puzzles yourself? Because this was a pig. Because not all of them were quite, yeah, obvious, shall we say. So this is kind of a long cutscene here, but it's just enjoyable. So just check it out, and then we'll be moving on to the next part, which is very easy. So he's going to try and banish us to another dimension at the moment. That's what he's doing. Like I say again, the animations on this are great. Did anyone play the Monkey Island 2 remake, by the way? And the first Monkey Island remake? Did anyone have that? On the PC? Or the PlayStation 3? I think it was released on as well. Now, there is a bit of sound now, which is quite nice, but there's quite a lot of this this part of the game that doesn't have much sound. So, there we go, he's banished us into the next room. So here we are. LeChuck follows us through. Just wait for this cutscene to play out, and then we'll regain control of the Guybrush, and then we can continue on our adventure to finish this game once and for all. And off we go again. Right, so this time we should get control back. Now what we want to be doing is finding the room that has boxes in it. Now just to warn you that LeChuck can turn up at any point during this and teleport you to a random location in the tunnel system. Now it's not like the old tunnel system where you could just walk around and get lost. This one he'll just teleport into random places. It's quite easy to get out, so don't worry if he does show up, and guarantee he will show up, but it's very random when he does. So what you want to do here is open up all the boxes. And don't worry about root beer, we don't need that one. We need to find the boxes with the doll inside and one with a balloon inside. So we'll open the boxes and find what we need. There's a balloon in that box. We don't actually need anything in the other boxes, so yeah, we can open it anyway, but I think it's just root beer. Yeah, we don't need that. So we can get out of here. Now the next location is to find the first aid room, which should be this one here. Alright, first of all, look at the skeletons. It's a bit grim, isn't it? So pick up the remains, because we're basically going to be making our own voodoo doll of LeChuck now. So this is going to lead up to that. Oops, don't pick up the trash can. Open it first and then pick up what's inside. So we need to get all the bits and pieces that are inside, which Guybrush will do automatically. And then you want to be opening the drawer next to you, just there on the left hand side. and pick up the syringe. So now we've got our doll and we've got the stabby thing, the needle pin, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so next we need to find a different room that has a helium tank in it and a grog machine. God, this is all coming back to me now. So that middle door there, you know, is going to be the room with the boxes, so you don't need to worry about that one anymore. We need to go into this one here. Like I said, don't worry if LeChuck does turn up. It just gets a bit annoying if he does. Now you want to use both the gloves with the helium tank. And you'll also be needing to fill up the balloon as well. Oh, by the way, when LeChuck does make an appearance like this, the music does change, so you can sort of predict when he's going to be there, but by that point it's too late. So now we've got to find that room again because he is teleporting us out of it. So we need to go back to that room because we need to get that balloon. And let's get out of here. Oh my god. Okay, so he's stalking us apparently. Alright, this can happen, by the way. He can turn up several times in a row. It's completely random when he does. It's just a bit frustrating if he sort of does this twice in a row. But let's see how we get on. So we need to find our way back to... Oh, and here he is again! My gosh, okay, third time lucky, is it? My god, he's got a real grudge against me, hasn't he? Flippin' heck. That's 3 times in a row he's caught me now. Right. So you know where I'm trying to go. We're trying to get to that room with the helium tank in it. But unfortunately, LeChuck has other ideas. Oh my god. This is the height of bad luck. Oh, he's not letting me get anywhere. What a scumbag. Never mind. Alright, so let him do his thing. And let's hope we can actually get somewhere in the next screen. He's having far too much fun with that. So, right, so we're all the way back over here. That's the wrong... Is this the right room? It's the right room. So, yes, we'll use the balloon on the helium tank. Hopefully he's going to let us actually get somewhere now. That's the only thing I didn't like with the Amiga version was that sometimes the mouse clicks didn't sort of register when you did them. So once you've done that, you need to use the coin return on the machine. And now typically we've got to wait for LeChuck to make an appearance. Now, if you wait in one location long enough, he will show up. But it's just frustrating that he's just turned up 4 times in a row, and now he's not going to now he's going to take his sweet time to get to us. But you know what? We can wait all day for you, Mr. LeChuck. Oh, here he comes. So basically, he's going to get distracted by the coin. You need to pick up his underwear. So there we go. So now we've got the first ingredient, or the second ingredient that we need to make this voodoo doll. So we've got the doll, we've got the skull, and we've got the underpants. Now he's going to teleport us away. Do not worry about this. This is perfectly normal. So what we need to do now, we kind of need to wait for him again. And you need to find the handkerchief that Stan gave us earlier on in the adventure, which has got the S on it. So wait for LeChuck to show up, and you can have a little wander around while you're waiting as well. Like I say, it's completely random when he does. But when he does turn up, you need to give him the handkerchief, basically. The thing with these kind of segments here, you've got to be quite quick, because otherwise he'll teleport you into a different room before you have a chance to actually do it. So make sure you do it kind of when he comes in the room. I'm going to have a little wander, I think. But yeah, you can always listen to the music change as well, so you kind of know if he's coming. But, like I say, unpredictable. And, yeah. So just got to hold on and wait for them to come stalking through the door. So sometimes if there's 2 exits, you can stand in the middle of the room and then got to sort of pick your time on which one he's going to come through. But make sure you got your handkerchief ready to give him. A bit like the spit from the first bit in the Largo Embargo. If you all remember that one. Where we had to wipe the spit off the wall. So he's coming now, and I can't. Here we go. So have I got enough time? Give handkerchief to... No, he's going to teleport me out of the room. Sorry, guys, I did miss that one. It's didn't give me my cursor back for a second there. Let's hope he doesn't take too much time to find me again, and we can get this done. But yeah, that might happen. Just bear with it. We might just stay... no, we won't. We'll go and find him. Let's see if he comes to this room here. It's sometimes better to just try and get your give handkerchief ready, and then when he comes through the door, obviously your mouse cursor might disappear for a second while it's setting up the scene, but it's fairly easy. Once you've got it, just click on him. Hopefully he's going to make an appearance in a second. Like I said, listen for the audio cues. The music does change when he's imminently going to walk through a door. Obviously he's stalking his way through the corridor. Here he comes. So yeah, now we can give the clean white hanky to LeChuck. Here we go. Now he will teleport you out of this room again once you've done this, but don't worry about that. This is the room we need to be coming back to, so make sure you head back to the elevator once he teleports you out. In case you were wondering what the helium was for, it's for the elevator. If you try and go in the elevator without the helium, you are too heavy and you can't actually do anything. So the helium gloves and the balloon actually lighten your weight, so you can actually use the elevator. Should have explained that earlier on, but if you get it done in that early on, you haven't got to worry about getting it wrong later. By all means, try and get in the elevator without them, but I can promise you that you won't get anywhere. Alright, so keep walking across and hope that LeChuck doesn't decide to interfere. And we need to get to the elevator. And then you need to be using the call button to get said elevator. And then we can get in it, which is what we need to be doing. So, elevator there, use the call button. Again, it's really picky when LeChuck makes his appearances, but once we're in, we can go inside here, and then we've got to wait for him again. Okay, so once he appears behind you, use the lever straight away. Okay, because we need this ingredient. So here he comes, and there we go. So once the elevator reaches the top, it is now safe. So you can pick that up, and LeChuck can't find you here, by the way, so you might as well put all your ingredients in your juju bag. So put the voodoo doll in the bag, and then you want to find the snotty hanky as well. And then you want to use the skull. Oh yes, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. So I think that's kind of insinuating that he's now got a high-pitched voice. It doesn't affect you when you're inside the elevator, by the way, which is weird. But there you go. Put the skull in the juju bag. And then you'll be wanting to put the underwear and the beard in as well. And that is everything you think you need for the doll. And he'll create that automatically. And then it's a case of finding LeChuck again. Oh, by the way, little Easter egg for you. If you open that door behind Guybrush when you're at the top, you'll enter a very familiar scene. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave that for you guys to investigate. And here we are. We've got a voodoo doll. So now, what we need to do is to use the lever and go back down. Now we need to find LeChuck. And you know what his predictability is like on this at the moment. We are very close to wrapping this up, ladies and gentlemen. So, now you can see there you've got the syringe and the doll. So you've got to we'll find LeChuck, and then we can use that. A bit like we did with Largo. Okay. Don't need to worry about the ticket on the floor either. There's nothing else we need to collect or pick up or anything. Here he comes. So now you want to use the syringe with the doll. and he will exit stage right. So basically what you need to do is just follow him. And the next bit will be automated as well. So it's fairly done now, ladies and gents. We are almost finished with this game. So yes, this will all automate now. And basically when you get the option, because you will get some options to talk to him. So we'll, there we go, Stretch Armstrong, let's have a go at that one. Or Stretchy Strongman as they've put in this. So you want to basically tear the leg off. This is the bit you want to do. Love Guybrush's expression on his face at the moment, it's brilliant. But yeah, that's basically all you need to do. When you get the next bit of dialogue to come up, you just want to go up and speak to him. It doesn't matter what chat options you actually select, but to actually get the next piece of the game sorted out, you just need to go and it's a very good Star Wars references here, in case you hadn't have wondered. So I'm just going to skip all that and go right over and take his mask off. And basically this concludes Monkey Island 2, ladies and gentlemen. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing this guide to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed playing it. There will be more guides in the future. I will be covering Monkey Island 1 at some point very soon, but that's coming in sometime in the next, I would say probably the next 3 to 4 months time. I don't want to plague you with walkthroughs. If there's a game that you'd like to see a walkthrough as well, let me know what you'd like to see. There's some pretty big adventure games out there, and I'd like to cover as many as I can. Obviously these kind of games are ideal for doing guides with, so if there's anything you want to see, let me know. Things on my list, things like Beneath a Steel Sky, and Indiana Jones, and Monkey Island 1 obviously. And if there's anything else you'd like to see that's in the retro era, let me know and I'll have a look. Simon the Sorcerer and Simon the Sorcerer 2 are also on my list. So there we go. So, hope you've enjoyed the guide, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave you with the ending scene now. Just remains for me to wish you all a very happy new year. Hope you have a very good night and stay safe. And I'll see you all very early in 2019. But until then, folks, you keep it retro and I'll catch you next time. And for the last time for this year, all I'm going to say is, bye for now!